If you want to get into real estate, learning how to invest in real estate without banks opens a world of opportunities up to you. In part 2 of this 2-part series, I'm going to walk you through my second favorite strategy for locking in deals without using banks. In part 1, we talked a lot about seller financing and how to leverage seller financing to get real estate. But one of my favorite things, not only to talk about, but to do, is to raise private capital. Raising private capital changes the game in real estate acquisitions because not only does it open you up to so many more deals, it allows you to scale much faster. Because even if you can leverage banks, eventually you're going to tap out your bank money unless you're in the commercial market, and you're going to run to the end of your bank power and you're going to have to go to private money anyway. So learning this skill today will fast forward your career extremely quickly. The first thing you want to know about raising private capital is the palette of each investor is different depending on the type of deal you're doing. For example, every deal has a little bit different return on investment. Every deal is a little bit different in how you pay your investors back. If you're fixing and flipping properties, you're going to get big chunks of cash every 6 to 12 months. If you're buying and holding properties, you're going to get small returns on investment every quarter or 6 months or once a year, however you pay out your investors, some even every month. But the type investors you use is dictative by what strategy you love to use. If you're a fix and flip investor, then find investors that love to put in cash and get out cash with inside of a year. And those are usually some pretty strong returns. The only problem with fixing and flipping is you need to make sure you have a steady deal flow so that you don't have investors having capital ready to go and nowhere to put it. Because let me tell you something about money. From an investor's perspective, money is very quick. We need to invest at the speed of money. And let me tell you, money's quick, and here's what I mean by that. When an investor has money in their bank, they want it invested quick because every time they are not invested in a deal or in something, the opportunity cost is really high to them. However much money they could be making is how much money it's costing them to keep their money in the bank. So as a fix and flipper, if that's the strategy you love to use, you need to make sure you have deals running all the time to make sure their money's not sitting on the sidelines when it's ready to be put in the game. Some investors love that quick shot of cash. Other investors love to invest once and have a return on investment that's more consistent, more planned on. They can plan on that ROI every single month, quarter, 6 months, year, and they can just see their portfolio continue to grow. Then maybe you sell that property in 3 to 5 years and then invest it in another deal. Some investors love that, while other investors, again, love that quick shot of cash. Understanding the types of palettes of your investors will change the way you invest, and it will change the type of investors you leverage for each deal. And I can tell you this, when you sit down with an investor and you ask them, what are you really looking to do with your investment portfolio? Tell me how I can best serve you. It really helps the investor know you're looking out for their money. It lets them know you care about their investment strategy. Now, I'm not saying you should change your strategy. If your strategy, as mine is a multifamily real estate investor, and you take private equity capital and you're giving people returns every quarter, then continue to do that. You just need to look for investors that can partner with that model. Or if you're a fix and flipper, I'm not telling you to change your strategy. Stick with that strategy, but find investors that are willing to ride the wave of a little bit more of a volatile investing environment where it's really, really competitive to get deals, and then you're going on the market and it's often getting overbid. That's a very volatile place to invest, and I don't even mean volatile in a bad way. They can make a lot of money in that, but you need to explain that to your investors. The second thing you have to understand about raising private capital is investors invest in a track record. If you don't have a track record, investors are very leery to place their money with you. Now you might be saying, but Mike, I don't have a track record. So should I shut this video off? If you did, it would cost you a lot of money. Everybody starts without a track record. The first dollar I raised from a private investor, I had no track record. Everybody starts without a track record. So how do you get a track record when you have no track record? Great question. You partner with somebody that does. So what you want to do in these deals is go to somebody who does have a track record and say, hey, in your next deal, you okay if I raise the capital, I bring the capital to that deal, you do the deal, and I'll take a piece of the equity so that I can build my track record. I can build my track record on somebody else and allow my track record to build along with it. So if you don't have one, you just need to partner with somebody that does. What you're going to realize in real estate is your ability to build partnerships will dictate the speed of your portfolio, the growth of your wealth, and the freedom you experience. Rewind and listen to that part again, because I'm telling you, if you don't get how powerful building partnerships is, it's going to hit you and going to keep you down. It's like an anchor. Ignorance is an anchor to the boat you want to move. And this is true in real estate. Until you build the partnerships and the teams, you're always going to be just trying to push the gas, your tires are in mud. You're trying to spin, you're trying to go forward. Partners are the traction that keeps you forward. And this is what I want you to see here. If you don't have the track record, grab somebody that does. That's what I did. I didn't have the track record, so I went and partnered with somebody that had bought millions in real estate. And when I was raising capital and said, me and my partner have done millions of dollars in real estate. Or if you don't feel comfortable saying that, you can say, my partner's done millions of dollars of real estate, and we're going to partner and invest in this deal. The power of that structure is there's nothing that holds you back. Make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because I'm going to give you my 4-quadrant of value and the 4 partners you can bring and how you bring value to a deal. And if you don't have that value, how you can partner with people that do and get any single deal done. Before I talk about the number one thing you need to know to raise private capital, make sure you subscribe to our channel. It's so important for us to get this message to people that really want to expand their wealth and grow real estate. We'd love to add you to our family. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, join our family, and also hit that bell notification so you get notified every time we drop a brand new video. Now let's get back to the most important thing you need to know to raise capital. The most important thing you need to know about raising private capital is money has a currency when you're raising it. And what that means is the currency of money is trust. What makes money come from one pocket to yours is the amount of trust they have in you. And the deeper the level of trust, the more money they will place in your deal. There's 3 layers of trust when investors invest with you. First, they need to trust you not to take their money and run. I know you would never do that, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes in this industry, it surfaces an individual that will take money from an investor and it will run and there's no contracts and they never hear from them again. I know that's not you, but truly, from an investor's perspective, if they've just met you, they need to make sure they trust that you're not going to take their money and run. That's a given. The second layer is they trust you not to lose their money. I often give the analogy of the Secret Service. The Secret Service stands around the president to protect him or her as they're walking through the world, right? If a bullet flies at the president, the goal of the Secret Service is literally to take a bullet to protect the president. That's what we do around our investor capital. If something happens in a deal, I will lose money before my investors ever hear about anything that's gone wrong. I'll make sure my pockets get depleted so theirs don't. You have to stand around your investor capital like the Secret Service and make sure that they never lose money, because often older investors are way more concerned about the return of their money than the return on their money. And if they know that you will protect their money at all cost, they'll really feel comfortable investing in your deal. Then the third layer of trust is when the money starts flowing like crazy and they trust you to make them money. So not only do they get the idea that you're going to run with their money, that's a given. They know you're not going to lose their money, or if you do, you're going to make it up on the next deal or make sure you return their capital. But the third thing is when they know you're going to make them money, you will have a line at your door you cannot accommodate. You'll have more capital to invest in deal than you have deals. In fact, right now in our company, we have 7 figures of capital to invest in deals that we're currently looking for deals. And that happens because we clearly communicate and have demonstrated we're willing to lose so you win. It changes the game. The currency of private capital is trust. But let me give you a caveat to that. Trust and brand play hand in hand. So here's what that means. When people want to search you, they'll go to Google and search your name. Do you have a website? Every single person that's raising capital, you should have a website that at least has a capital company that explains what you do, what kind of real estate you invest in. Because if you've just met somebody at a trade show or at an event, they're going to want to Google you. And somebody who has a website that is built around investing, they're like, oh, they're legit. They actually do this. But if somebody asks you, hey, do you have a business card or do you have a flyer or do you have a website? And you say no, that can really hit your credibility. And I know firsthand. About 3 years ago, I sat down with an individual that had about $500,000 to invest. And at that time, I had not raised much capital at all. So my mouth was like on the floor thinking about getting this guy's $500,000. I'm like, oh man, the meeting went amazing. And I'm like, I've got this guy. I've got him. He's ready to invest. As I'm walking out of the appointment, he says, yeah, just leave your stuff with my assistant. We'll make sure we can make this happen. I'm really excited. My mouth dropped and so did my heart, because guess what? I didn't have stuff. I had nothing. I had no packet of information. I had no business cards. I had no website. I had nothing. And therefore, he's like, you want me to give you $500,000 and you don't have anything that shows me you actually do this? Probably going to invest with somebody else. So here's how brand and relationship and trust play hand in hand. The less trust they have in you, the more brand you're going to need. The more trust they have in you, the less brand you're going to need. Uncle Joe, who's going to invest in your deal, probably doesn't need to go see your website. He knows who you are, right? But somebody that you met at a trade show is going to need more brand. They're going to need to know who you are on a whole lot deeper level than just telling them you invest in real estate. So again, understanding brand and trust relationship, they play hand in hand. So if you don't have a relationship with somebody, you're going to have a brand that shows you are trustworthy. You can actually build credibility by going to Fiverr and having somebody build you a website. It's absolutely insane. I believe it's insane. But the truth of the matter is, they want to see that. Investors don't want to invest capital with people that they think are guinea pigs for their real estate investing career. They want to invest in people that they know have done this before and they know what they're doing. And by you building a brand online, they're like, oh, they know what they're doing. They've done this before. They've taken the time to build a company. I feel a lot more comfortable with them. I also want to talk to you about the 4 quadrants of value. This is something that changed my real estate career when I understood it. There's 4 pieces of value you can bring to a deal. And here they are. The person who finds the deal is number 1. The person who goes out and looks for the deal, networks with real estate brokers, finds that deal, and they have the deal. Or maybe they find an off-market deal. The person who finds the deal, that's number 1. The person who raises the capital, that's number 2. So maybe you have the ability to go out and network with investors or raise capital. Number 3 is the person who can go on and get the loan. You may not be able to get the loan, but you may be able to find somebody who can. And then the 4th one is the boots on the ground or the operational aspect to a deal. Once you get a deal, who's going to manage that deal? Even if you have a property manager, you're going to have somebody that manages that manager. So you've got the 4 quadrants of value. Person who finds the deal, person who raises the money, person who gets the loan, and person who runs or manages the property. And here's the beautiful thing about real estate. Which ones can you do or do you have? And which ones you don't have, go partner with people that do. This is why real estate is driven by partnerships. Because simply, you find out what you don't have and go partner with people that have that thing. It's that simple. Once you partner with people that have that thing, nothing stops you. In our free multifamily masterclass, we talk about the 4 quadrants of value, how to leverage them, and how to start knocking down deals left and right. Go ahead and click the link below and you can get our free 60-minute multifamily masterclass so you can start locking down deals even if you don't have money and even if you can't get banks.